Welcome everybody, Scott Cooks. Today we will be cooking in our Ninja Foodi. Nolan Ryan top sirloin steak. This is Texas Angus beef. And some Kroger brand deluxe mac and cheese. And we're going to do that all in one pot at the same time using steam and crisp. My favorite new method to cook. Mac and cheese will go on the bottom. Put the rack in. Put a little foil here. Line up our steaks. And there you go. Let's take a look at these steaks. These are partially frozen. You know who Nolan Ryan is. Think baseball. He works with Kroger here in Texas. They've been doing this about 20 years, making high quality beef, and we're going to have some of it tonight. All right, first thing we want to do is take our rack, have it positioned like so, and we just want to get a little bit of foil down here on the bottom. Nothing fancy. You don't want too much going underneath when you tuck it under. And just rip this a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. You just want to get a little bit of foil down here. It looks good. Beautiful. That'll do the job. And we'll place our steaks right on there. Just follow your directions on the box. There's nothing special you need to do here because it's a foodie. So whatever it says to do, you do. And the liquid is going to create the steam for the steam and crisp for the rest of the process. And for me, by the way, it's 8 cups of water. So we'll go ahead and get that in now. 2, 4, 6, and 8. And for me, that's all I need. Other recipes may call for milk and butter and stuff like that. I have a packet of cheese that goes on after the fact. So that's all I need, guys. And we'll get our rack and our steaks put right on top of that. Let's go ahead and season up the meat. You guys put whatever you want on there. I'm going to try a little of this tonight. A little different than what I usually use, but I like to mix it up every once in a while. We will be flipping these steaks partway through the steam and crisp because there's no way to really get them cooked on the bottom, so you're going to have to flip them about halfway through. This is a 20-minute cook, so about 10 minutes through, we'll flip these guys over. And, let's get just a little more seasoning on some of the edges here that we missed. That looks good. And I've sprayed a little Pam on the foil. I don't think we'll have any issue with sticking, but we definitely won't now. These are touching, but they're going to shrink up a little bit as they cook. So we'll be fine. There we go. Okay, go ahead and drop your rack in. You want to give it a couple spins to make sure it's not sitting on top of any of the pasta. And that's the way it should look. And we're ready to go into the foodie. Lid down, guys. Power on. Okay, make sure your slider is in the correct position. Far left is pressure. The center is steam and crisp, and the right is everything else. We want steam and crisp. Make sure your knob is turned to steam and crisp. I'm going to set this to 375. Oops. And I'm going to default as 20, and that's what I'm looking for. And we can just go ahead and start. We're going to have about a 10 to 15 minute preheat. There's a lot of water in there. During the preheat, it will start making heat and steam, but it's going to do its work after the preheat is over. And that's when the 20 minutes will start, and it will be a combination of steam, boiling water, steam, and the air fryer on top, all working together at the same time to create a perfect meal. Let's get going. I'll see you soon in about 20 minutes. Actually, I'll see you in 10 minutes when we do our flip. All right, guys, we're going in for the 10-minute flip. And while we're at it, we'll do a little temperature probe. Make sure you lift this lid real slow when you're doing steam and crisp. There's a whole lot of stuff coming out all over the place here. So before I even flip, let's get the old Insta read out. And we're looking at 157. Temperatures might be a little skewed, but yeah, because you can still see a little blood coming out. So we're gonna flip. Gonna do our last 10 minutes, and I think they're gonna need a little bit of a broil. I like to have a little crisp on mine, but we'll see. They might get it anyway. And I told you they were gonna shrink. They definitely shrunk. They're looking good. They're very tender. The probe went right through them. And I'm just going to kind of scoot this away. I want to see underneath. Yeah, there's still a considerable amount of water under there for the pasta. So I think we're good to go. Lid down. And we'll finish up the last 10 minutes. And then we'll evaluate everything we need to evaluate. If the pasta is cooked, we'll get it out of there into a strainer. If we want to throw the steaks under the broiler for a couple minutes, then we'll put them back in and do that. Right straight out of the Foodi. Pasta is still in the bottom. I wanted to, steam it up. I just wanted to show you that I do not need to go back in. I got a beautiful little char on the top, exactly what I want on my steak. I know they're cooked. I'm going to get these out onto a platter. I'm going to get the pasta underneath into a strainer and add the cheese to it. And I can't wait to dig into this. Stand by. Now, I wanted to get fancy, which we will not be doing, but it's just as a suggestion. You could put this back into the pot. Sprinkle a little panko over the top, maybe some Ritz cracker crumbs or something over the top. Throw it on broil for 2 or 3 minutes and just get a little crust on it. We won't be doing that tonight, but that is an idea. And also another idea is you could add some peas to this that have been thawed out or maybe even partially cooked. You could put a couple small sweet peas in here. We're going to go with this as is tonight. Those are a couple ideas for you if you want to try it. All right, enough of that. Let's get to that steak. Now, I'm not expecting any pink or red in this because I used the steam and crisp method versus other methods. So it's pretty much what I expected it to be. Well, there you have it. Shells and cheese, Nolan Ryan, Texas Angus beef, sirloin steak, all cooked in the Foodi at the same time, in the same pot, using the steam and crisp method. Let's take a bite. We're gonna start off with that steak. Still smoking here. That's a really good flavor. It cut pretty easy. Not the most tender I've ever made in my life. Steam and crisp is a little different than doing it in other methods, but it's really good for using for combining foods together in the same pot. So it's pretty tender, but not the tenderest, I'll be honest with you. The flavor is excellent, outstanding. Let's go for some of that pasta. That's really good. I love shells and cheese. That's it, everybody. I want to thank you for watching. Another excellent steam and crisp combo meal kind of thing. Please hit that bell for notifications. Hit that like button for me. Go ahead. I'll wait.
A few minutes later.
Did you hit it? Awesome. What else? Leave me some comments. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you real soon on the next video.